Jordan, and thank you for completing your 3-day diet diary. I have your diet diary here, and after reviewing it, I noticed some strengths in your diet as well as some areas where we can make some small changes where we could help improve your oral health and your overall health. Would it be okay if we discuss that today?
Yeah, of course.
So as part of our assessment earlier, we had already discussed that you do have moderate gingivitis and are at high risk for periodontal disease. We're talking about diet today because it can play an important role in periodontal health and cavity prevention. Frequent exposure to sugary foods and beverages can increase the risk of tooth decay, while inadequate intake of certain nutrients may contribute to inflammation, delayed healing of the gums. Before we begin, what are your thoughts on your current eating habits?
I know they're not perfect. Between school and taking care of my kids, I usually just eat whatever's convenient.
That makes a lot of sense. Being a full-time student and a busy mom can make healthy eating challenging, and thank you for sharing that with me. Looking at your diet diary here, I noticed that you are doing several things well. You regularly eat dinner with your family, you include protein foods throughout the day, you drink water with many of your meals, and those are positive habits that support overall health and your oral health. What parts of your diet do you think are going well right now for you?
I think dinner is usually my healthiest because I cook dinner for my family most nights.
I agree. Your dinner included foods like chicken, vegetables, salads, whole grains, which is excellent. One thing I did notice is that your fruits and vegetables were a little low during breakfast and at lunch. I have a picture of Canada's Food Guide here for you, and Canada's Food Guide recommends filling your plate with half fruits and vegetables wherever possible. This helps provide important nutrients such as vitamin C, fiber, antioxidants, and that helps support healthy gums and helps support your whole body fight inflammation. What do you think would make it easier for you to include more fruits and vegetables during the day?
Maybe packing fruit for school would help.
That's a great idea. Fruit is portable, it's convenient, and it's easy to prepare ahead of time. Another thing I noticed was the frequent sugary snacks between meals. We saw items such as sweetened coffee, iced coffee, juice, cookies, fruit snacks, and gummy candies. Many people think that it's the amount of sugar that is the biggest problem, but it's actually the frequency of the sugar exposure that can cause cavities to develop. Every time we eat or drink something sugary, there's bacteria in the plaque and the biofilm that produce acids. And these acids lower the pH in your mouth, and that can actually cause it to eat away at the enamel, which is the outer structure of your teeth. Because these sugary foods and drinks were consumed several times between meals, your risks of cavity increases. What are your thoughts when you hear that?
I didn't realize that having coffee or snacks throughout the day could affect my teeth that much.
A lot of people are surprised by that. The good news is that small changes can make a big difference. So for example, replacing one sugary beverage each day with water could reduce the number of acid attacks on your teeth. Water also helps wash away the food debris, and it helps support saliva production, which helps protect your teeth. Do you think by replacing one sugary drink a day with water would be a realistic goal for you?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
Excellent. That's a very achievable goal. I also noticed that there were not many plant-based proteins. And going back to Canada's Food Guide here, the Canada's Food Guide encourages you to choose plant-based proteins more often. Foods such as beans, lentils, chickpeas, tofu provide fiber and important nutrients that support both oral health and overall health. Have you ever tried any plant-based protein meals before?
Not very often, but I'd be willing to try.
That's great. Even replacing one meal each week with a plant-based protein option is a positive step. And I also want to mention nutrients that support healthy gums. So based on your dietary intake of vitamin C, calcium, vitamin D, fiber, and water could be improved. These nutrients help maintain healthy tissues and support wound healing, strengthen bone, and reduce inflammation. Some easy options include berries, oranges, peppers, and broccoli. All those are very rich in vitamin C. milk, yogurt, cheese, and fortified beverages with calcium all help you get calcium. Whole grains, fruits, and vegetables are great for fiber. So carrying a reusable water bottle can also make it easy to increase your water intake. Out of everything we discussed today, what are the changes you feel most confident in making?
I think I can start bringing fruit to school and replacing one coffee drink with water each day.
Those are excellent goals, and they're very realistic for your busy lifestyle. So I just want to summarize everything that we discussed today. You're doing a great job with your family meals. You're including protein and foods at dinner to improve your oral health and support healthier gums. You've chosen to replace one sugary beverage each day with water and to add a serving of fruit or vegetables at lunch at least 5 days per week. These changes can help reduce your cavity risk and improve your nutrient intake to support your periodontal health. How confident do you feel about achieving these goals on a scale of 1 to 10?
About an 8.
That's a very strong number, and I'm happy to hear that. So an 8 tells me that these goals are realistic and achievable. At your next appointment, we can review your progress, we can discuss what worked well, and we can make adjustments if needed. So thank you for taking the time to discuss your diet with me today. Do you have any questions before we finish?
No, everything makes sense, and I think I'm ready to make these changes.
That is great. So thank you so much for participating in this with me and sharing your diet and your lifestyle with me. And I'd love to see how things are going at your next visit. So we can schedule another appointment for about 6 weeks from now, and I can help you with any challenges and see how everything is going. How does that sound?
Sounds great. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jordan.